everybody, and welcome back to another video. And today we will be taking a look at the NECA Ultimates Universal Monsters, the Mummy and the Wolfman. And we are going to be reviewing these two, and I'm very excited to jump into this review. I've already played with these guys a little bit and took some pictures with them, and I really like them. So without further ado, let's start with the Wolfman. Wolfie here, to the top of his head is right below 8 inches, and I'd say that's 7.5, but it's a little over half. But you get the gist. He's within the 7-inch scale. And sorry if I sound a little weird during this review, but pollen is bad. Pollen is 100% bad. Wolfman here comes with a lot of accessories. So let's start with the heads. He comes with this Larry Talbot, aka Lon Chaney head, which is beautifully sculpted. Really love it. You can definitely tell that is Lon Chaney Jr. And NECA just hits it out of the ballpark with these head sculpts all the time. And then here's the angry I'm going to eat you head sculpt. Very nicely done. I really like how they centered the eyes off, because he would look toward that way to his victim like that. He comes with a pair of these, like, I don't know what to call these really, because he didn't choke anyone in Larry mode, so I guess this is just grasping hands, maybe to try to get the bear trap off his leg. But anyway, he comes with this gripping hand, so the cane can fit in there, and I will demonstrate this for you. Okay, get in there. It's a little bit hard to get in there, but once you got it, you got it. That's not going nowhere once you got it. It is a little bit of a pain, but luckily you get no streaks of paint on the inside of the palm or on the cane, which, while we have the cane, might as well take a look at the cane. Here's the tip of the cane, the wolf head, which I really like. It's beautifully painted, and I think it's sculpted in black, but I don't know that to be sure. And then it has a silver end to it, which looks very nice. So yeah. And he comes with these 2 feet, because you can take out the wolf feet and plug in these human feet for Larry mode. And then finally you have this bear trap. But be careful with the bear trap, because on my color Wolfman, these things don't want to articulate. These do articulate on the black and white version of mine, but my color bear trap just does not want to close at all. But then again, talking more about the accessory itself, it is beautifully painted. Really like that. It lays down pretty flat, you know. And then you got the pedal articulates, so when he steps on it, it goes like kind of like a mouse trap, but a really amped up mouse trap. But that is the Wolfman. That is the Wolfman's accessories. And moving on. Okay, now this guy has pretty, I wouldn't call it stiff articulation, but you know how NECA figures are. But anyway, here at the head, he can't really look up all that much. That's about all you can get, which is about neutral. He can look down really well, and he has decent tilt, and he can turn his head all the way around. And I cannot get his upper head ball joint to get unstiff. It's just mostly the bottom neck joint doing the work. But anyway, The arms can rotate all the way around and can go out that far. And here he has a single jointed elbow with a swivel. And here at his wolfy hands, it can go all the way around and has an in and out hinge. And he has slight twists at the waist here, and he has some crunch, but not really a lot of crunch, but enough for a Wolfman figure. Here at the legs, he can kick out that far. He can kick back, not really all that far. He can kick out really pretty good for a Wolfman figure. And he does have, and he is on ball joints. And he does have a thigh swivel somewhere up in there by the ball joint. You can see it twisting up in there. Here at the legs, he has single jointed legs, which can get you up to about there, and also has swivel in them. Here at the leg, where a boot would be, you have a nice little boot swivel, aka shin for Wolfman. Sorry, my arm's getting tired. Gotta shake it a little bit. Here at the foot, we have a hinge, and it can go down that far, which is really good, and can go up that far, and does have rocker. NECA really does outstanding work on these figures, and Wolfman is an excellent example of how great NECA figures can be detailed, right down to his feet. He is very detailed. The head sculpt is great. It is absolutely fantastic. And sorry, I just gotta take him off to look at him, because he is great. I mean, look at that head sculpt. I probably won't stop putting him back on, but I just wanted you all to take a look at that head sculpt. That is an awesome head sculpt. And his hands are very nicely detailed, looks very wolfy, and the texturing on his clothes, I mean, goodness gracious, there's everything you want and more with this figure. There's some silver on the belt buckle, which is very nicely applied. I really love all the paints that have gone into this figure. I think the eyes are kind of glossy. Yeah, it has kind of glossy paint, which I really like. That's a really nice touch, and you're going to have to stand up straight there, Wolfie. Hopefully you are. But yeah, I really got no negative things to say about this guy, except for he needs his stand to stand on this figure, but it's the strangest thing. On the black and white figure, the black and white figure is better to stand than this figure. And effectively, they're supposed to be the same, but they're not really the same, if you all get what I'm saying. But anyway, this guy is really great, and we will do comparisons later on in the video with both of these guys to the old Diamond Select Universal Monsters. Okay, so let's measure the mummy and see how tall he is to the tip of his head, and he is just above 7 inches, so he's a little smaller than Wolfie, but not that noticeably tall. And when we get into the accessories, I'll get into why this head is still on this figure. Okay, so I'll get into the head situation in just a minute, because that's going to be a whole nother subject, but he comes with 2 heads. But he comes here with 2 wraps, one to go around his neck and one to go around his foot or arm, wherever you want to put them. Really, both of these are just where you prefer them. Like I said, I preferred them around the neck and the foot, but it's personal preference. He comes with this mummy chest, which I really like. I really like the gold that they use for the figures on the side of the chest. and really like the chest lid with that gold paint. And it's very Egyptian, which would make sense. And then he comes with 2 right hands. 2 angry right hands. And you'd think they're the same, but they're not. You know, they got different mannerisms going on, and they're both different colors. But to be honest, I thought they messed up my figure. But they didn't mess up my figure. It actually comes with 2 left hands. But both left hands have a ring with very good detail. If I wouldn't hold it so close to the camera, that went out of focus. I think that's a green stone in the ring. Maybe it shows it better on here. I think that's a dark green on the ring. And here we have this scroll, and I had helped to roll it up into a miniature scroll, but it has a bunch of things on it, and it's just best to have it in a chest because I don't want to fool with it, so it's just best to keep it in there. So, moving on to the head situation. Okay, so here are my issues with the head. You see how the head is sitting nice and snug on here, and it popped on very nicely, and this head's my favorite head because of how they make this head sculpt look like Boris Karloff, and he didn't even make that facial expression in The Mummy, or at least not that I know of. But anyway, this is the head he comes with, which looks very nice. This is the head he comes with that is on him, which is a very nice looking head sculpt. And then the opened eye one, which is also a very nice head sculpt. They both look incredible. So, here are my issues. This head, first of all, is very hard to get on here. Sheesh. When you get on there at least decently, it elevates the head off of that. It elevates the head to where he looks like a long-necked basketball mummy. And he's not a basketball mummy. So, take that off. So, I'm going to have to try to figure out what to do about that, because there is a difference between these 2 heads, and I don't know what they are. But there is a big difference. But I can't get the closed eye one on there now, because I don't want to have to use heat every single time I want a head sculpt on a figure. Oh, hey. I got that on there. Does he look like a basketball player? Is that how high the opened eye one was? Because I like that nice low look that the angry head gave. I don't know, I'm going to try to figure that out at some point in time. I'm going to try to work on that tonight. But for the remainder of this review, we will just work with this with the open. We'll just work with this head sculpt for the remainder of this review. The angry head slash yawning head there. Okay, now we can move on with the review. So now we are going to get into articulation. His head can look up pretty good, as you can see there. His head can look really good down, and he has excellent tilt. I'm not sure if I showed this, but his head can go all the way around. His arms can go all the way around as well. His arm can come out to there, and it's slowly going down, but He has a bicep swivel up here, and he has double jointed elbow, which I like these the best. I'm sorry, but I like these the best. And this also has a swivel in there, and down here at the forearm, it has another swivel, so you get plenty of articulation. The arm, even a little bit too much. His hands can go all the way around, in and out hinge on all of his hands, and his torso, you can pivot really. He has really good pivot on here, or tilt rather, on both sides. His thigh swivel twists all the way around. His upper thing twists all the way around, and he can crunch really well, or pretty well, and he can arc back so much you can see everything that's working on in there, so really good arc back. Here at the legs, he is also on ball joints, and he has a thigh swivel up there just like the Wolfman does. His leg can kick out that far, which is pretty good for a mummy. His leg can kick back, which is better than the Wolfman's kick back. And he can kick out pretty much the same with the Wolfman. And down here we have single jointed legs, which can go up to about right there. And these also have a swivel. Now this guy does not have a boot swivel, but none needed. Here at the foot, we have a hinge going down that far, and pretty much staying neutral on both sides, but do have rocker, which is very nice. This figure is another great example of NECA's detail work. This figure has some of the best paint works I've ever seen a figure have, and he is very sculpturally detailed, and I really love this figure's look, and I really love this figure. This figure is a really fun figure. This is one of these figures that I was looking forward to, but I didn't really expect it to be this good. And I really love the head sculpts. I really love how they can make the angry head look like Boris Karloff when Boris Karloff did not make the angry head in the movie. And this begs to wonder if they will make the character that Boris Karloff played throughout the entire movie, not just in the beginning of the movie when he played the mummy, but also I think his name was Ardith Bay. I think that's the mummy's name in there, was Ardith Bay. But this is a really, really awesome figure, and well, I can say this about it. I love how they made the hands look corpsey looking, and I love the ring and how detailed the ring is, and how they was able to add the ring and make it so sculpturally detailed. Hopefully I said all that right. But yeah, I think that's all that I have for this figure, so I guess now we move on to comparisons. Okay, so this is comparison time, and we are using the Diamond Select. Don't even ask in the comics what series these dudes are from, because I don't remember. But this is the Diamond Select Universal Monsters, the Mummy, and the Diamond Select Universal Monsters, the Wolfman. And you can see there's a big difference. These figures look really, really better than the Diamond Select figures. And at the time that I got these Diamond Select figures, I didn't think that I could get any better than these guys. But I will say that this head does not look like Boris Karloff. And the Wolfmans are similar, but they are very different at the same time. This Wolfman's color schemes are very different from this Wolfman's color scheme. The skin on this Wolfman, in my opinion, is too dark, and the jeans or the khakis, I guess that's how you'd say it, are black instead of this tannish color. and the belt is a little bit more prominent on this figure and it's not on this figure. Why couldn't it just have been the Diamond Select one I knock over, but it has to be the NECA one I knock over? Why do I have to knock over figures in my videos every time? And I'm surprised I could get this dude to stay up, because his feet suck and he has been sitting down his entire displayed life. Here the Mummy and Wolfman are with the NECA Ultimates Universal Monsters Frankenstein figure, and as you can see, these guys work perfectly together, and I can't wait to get more of these figures in for more reviews like this, because these two are really awesome figures, but they fit in perfectly, more so together, because I thought at first that Frankenstein fit in well with the Diamond Select figures, but Frankenstein's just tall. Alright, these two are not as tall as Frankenstein, so these two do not work together in that 8-inch scale, into that 8-inch scaling. But yeah, these guys work awesome together. They're like peanut butter and jelly. They work great together. So, moving on. So that's pretty much it that I have for these figures. These figures are really, really awesome looking figures. Not including Frank, but including Frank, these guys rule. But anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed this video, and if you have, then please leave a like. That just takes 2 seconds out of your day. And if you all enjoy my overall content, which is doing reviews, I'll upload an occasional TikTok on here, aka Reel, and sometimes I do other videos, and I also do just me talking about upcoming figures, mostly NECA, which is hence the name NECA Talk. But anyway, if you enjoy all that content, then please hit the subscribe button. That just takes 2 seconds out of your day. And if you all want to get notified for when I next make a video, then please hit the notification bell. That just takes 2 seconds out of your day. So you're just spending 6 seconds down there, minus the time you make to make a comment. I hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.